so well started early. Okay. No drawing. We'll be 10 minutes in. This is what we see now.
Gymnastics early afternoon. Tonight's volleyball.
It's going.
What's up? So we've got gymnastics, then men's basketball, record and replay, and men's volleyball after that. So,
But because basketball's on ESPN or something.
basketball's on ESPN. So we air that starting at 11:30 tomorrow night. So
So I was reading on KSL this morning that Kyle Whittingham, and I know that you know who he is,
he was an old teammate.
making $3.3 million a year.
His base salary's $890,000.
But
A year.
his minimum package is gonna be 3 million plus, and if he wins games, he gets more than 3 million.
He'll make 17 million in.
That's your tax dollars at work.
I know. He's
Just
the
'cause
highest.
somebody thinks he's gonna
He's
help
the
us win
highest
some
paid
games.
employee in the state of Utah. State employee. The second highest is their basketball coach. Tackle the guy with the ball.
Win this game, guys, please.
Win for the mark.
I've got my eye on a new Jaguar.
You'd hate to find out that coaches in the SEC get upwards of $7 million a year.
Biden also visited Temple Square.
Is that red beans and rice?
No,
Received
it's
a copy of
not.
his family history.
It's what?
A man who prosecutors say headed up a drug trafficking organization in Salt Lake City
Kind
will
of
spend the next
mushroom,
decade in federal
chicken.
prison.
Chicken.
Yesterday,
Looks
like
the
red
beans and
District
rice.
District Judge sentenced
Can
Lorenzo
live
the
stream
Bishop
Mark
Benitez
here.
to 12 years in federal prison for
Show the
conspiracy
world what it's like to
So they
be
can
in
see him when he has his
conspiracy to
Modules.
commit
Tourette syndrome.
being
No, he's
the
gonna
good-
see me do modules so I know that we're fake.
Modules.
Yeah.
Too
bored down there?
Huh?
Too bored down there?
And what?
The department's executive director said, "Hold the guard down. If you are asked to take money out of..." And after an emotional testimony from a man convicted of murder when he was 13, the House Judiciary Committee gave unanimous support to advance a bill that would stop sending juvenile offenders to prison without a possibility of parole. The man, who after serving 13 years in prison now holds a master's degree in human service, says he believes even the most troubled children and teens can change, and that, for a child, a life sentence in prison without parole is a death sentence. That's Classical 89.
Thanks, Joseph. Another fantastically beautiful day. You gotta love blue skies after, what was it, just like a week ago that we had all that smog out there? Well, it's great to have blue skies and sunshine again. And it's going to be a lovely weekend. Partly cloudy tomorrow, but mid-50s, mostly sunny Sunday, upper 50s, and it looks like we've got a pretty good chance of rain coming back on Monday. 1-800-321-8911, do your part. New hour, final hour of the day, a goal of $1,300, so they're putting the pressure on here. We did not make our goal last hour. We've just heard from Austin Waters of Santaquin. Austin, thank you so much for calling in. If you have not yet called, join Austin in helping us meet our lofty goal of $1,300 for this hour. We didn't do it last hour, but we can do it this hour. We've had a lot of great hours on this week, and we need to pick things back up again. And then tomorrow, exactly 24 hours from right now, minus 7 minutes, we're done with the whole shooting match until May. So don't delay until tomorrow. You're going to be busy doing things, out and about, running errands. Make your call right now. 1-800-321-8911. Lots of gifts available.
Looking for a unique listening experience? Then look no further. Classical 89 has the perfect thing for you. It's called The History of Classical Music in 24 Hours. The 24 CDs will take you on a journey from the Middle Ages through the Renaissance, Baroque, Classical, Romantic, and modern eras. And Deutsche Grammophon has chosen some of the biggest names in the classical world to ensure you'll enjoy some of the best interpretations available. In addition, there's an accompanying website with
Islame by Emil Balakirev, Igor Dovchin leading the Russian National Orchestra on Classical 89 Goal. Or $1,300. We are not on track to meet that goal for this hour. We have not done well this afternoon. Maybe people are out riding their skateboards or something. I don't know. But just take 2-3 minutes to give us a call. 1-800-321-8911. Make a contribution of, say, $5, $8, $10 a month to Classical 89. We've got gifts available at every level. CDs we want to send you to keep the classical music going in your life. 1-800-321-8911. Support also comes from the Timpanogos Symphony Orchestra presenting a celebration of fifths. Program includes Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony and Beethoven's Fifth Piano Concerto, featuring internationally acclaimed pianist Vedran Subotic. That's tonight and tomorrow night, 7:30, the Timberline Middle School in Alpine. Tickets at thetso.org and at the door.
Being a member of Classical 89 has its rewards. Not only can you be part of the station that brings you so much enjoyment, you can also save money by using the Classical 89 member card. You'll enjoy 2-for-1 entrees and other savings at many restaurants throughout Utah, discounts at various arts and performance venues, and cash back for online purchases. Start enjoying the savings by making a one-time donation of at least $100 or by becoming a sustaining member $8 per month. Or together from time to time these pledge drives to reach out to you with a message that you want it to stick around and to thrive and to prosper. Your dollars will make it happen. Hope that you'd be able to do that again sometime. Maybe now, or maybe in a week or so when it's right for you. If the time's right for you now, if the message is reaching you now, we'd love to hear from you immediately. Make that contact 1-8911. Do it because it's the right.
Get rid of me soon. I'm hoping to be here. And
DJ Dottage is what they call it.
And then I'll be sitting on the front porch to this radio station, and it'll be better. You know, it's better now than it used to be, and I expect that it's going to be even better in the future, and I'm excited to see what direction it takes and what can be done with new technologies. Ultimately, though, it goes back to the Mozart. It goes back to the Bach and the Brahms, because that is timeless. And as long as Classical 89 remains Classical 89, we know that we have a touchstone, something that is a constant in our lives, that we can go back to that Mozart because it's always good. And Mozart's going to sound just as good 300 years from now as it did 300 years ago. Oh, wait a minute, he wasn't writing 300 years ago. Let's say 200 years from now, right? So, of course, that all hinges on one thing, and that is a simple little thing. What will you as a listener right now decide to do? Decide to say, no, I'm not going to call, or decide, yeah, I guess I could. I do want Classical 89 to be around decades from now, maybe even centuries from now. Why not? But it all begins with your phone call right now. And if you don't make that phone call, then it doesn't happen. 1-800-321-8911.
Consider the direct benefit that you derive from putting, your weight behind this cause. Do your part.
And for only $10 a month as a sustainer, we want to send you a 5-CD set, 5 hours of music, the best ultimate classical piano that's ever been made. Great performances of great music. 1-800-321-8911. Give us a call right now. We are not on track to meet our goal for this hour. If it's been a year or more since you've done your part to support this radio station that you enjoy, please do so now. Do not take it for granted. Be a part of what goes on around here. Be invested, be connected, be involved, be a member. 1-800-321-8911. Gifts at every level. Ultimate classical piano for $10 a month. Here is, we're going to be hearing some of that recording a little bit later. Right now, though, the Berlin Octet. This is the third movement of the septet by Franz Berwald. From Sweden, Franz Berwald, third movement of his septet, played by 7 members of the Berlin Octet. Somebody had to sit that one out, I suppose. 1-800-321-8911. It's a 5:30. This hour is half over. And thankfully, the phones are starting to ring again, and we are now back on track to meet our goal for this hour. But we do need more calls to come in. We've just heard from, is it Carissa or Caressa Stevenson of Ogden and Edward Johnson of Lehigh? Thank you so much for calling and doing your part. Everybody who listens to Classical 89 now owes them a round of applause for doing the right thing, for supporting the station that is such an integral part of the cultural life of our community. You know, the symphony is great, the ballet is great, all of the choral organizations are great. So thrilled to have such rich arts. The museums are wonderful. But you don't go to the museum every day, and you don't go to the concert or the concert hall every day. Classical 89, we are, we're your old pal, and we put our arm around you, and we walk side by side with you, always available to you every day. Please don't take something so precious for granted just because it's so easily and readily available. 1-800-321-8911. Do your part. Help us meet our goal for the hour. Still about $500 to go in this half hour. For $10 a month, as a sustaining member of Classical 89, we want to send you a 5 CD set, the best 5 hours of piano music and performance ever. Ultimate Classical Piano, 5 CD set. If you can call us right now at 1-800-321-8911, make a contribution of $10 a month. We're going to send you this 5 CD set. You already have all this music? Fine, pass it along to someone else, maybe a budding music aficionado, maybe the neighbor kid who's banging on the piano constantly and you want them to hear what good piano sounds like. Many uses for this Ultimate Classical Piano. Call now, 1-800-321-8911. Or if you don't want this one, how about $5 a month, $8 a month, $25 a month? We've got gifts at every level. The important thing is that you catch the vision of why supporting Classical 89 is not giving to a charity. It's much more like buying a ticket to the concert and enjoying the concert all the more because you know you've done your part to pay those musicians. 1-800-321-8911.
Do you remember, Mark, those days when you were younger and you were among the people who didn't know how to say Mozart? I mean, not to be snobby
I never fraternized with those people.
You never did. Listening as a teenager to public radio, to listen to classical music on public radio. I was in San Diego as a teenager, and I was listening to the KFSD down there. And I learned so much just by listening. Edouard Lalo, I didn't know how to spell that. I didn't know whether he was French or Belgian, or didn't even know you could say Edward and get away with it. You could probably say Mozart and get away with it. Some people cringe. It's like, fingernails on a chalkboard kind of thing.
Nobody says Beethoven.
Nobody should. They really shouldn't.
Oh, I don't think anybody does.
You can learn so much from listening to classical music on the radio. We're a marvelous service, of an educational service for you, for your family, for your friends, for your neighbors. And yeah, we'll finally eradicate all of those misspellings of Mozart eventually, don't you think?
Mispronunciations.
Misspellings.
Is somebody misspelling it as well?
Well, they must be.
Motsart.
Please support Classical 89. The service in your community is so valuable. It's a service to you. It's a benefit to you. It's an asset in your life. And do your part at 1-800-321-8911. We're having our fund drive. We do this just a few times in the year. We take a week. We come to you directly. We ask you to support the service and be somebody who really makes a difference and keep us on the air with great music programming all around the year. Do your part. We're sustaining next time. It's just 321-8911.
And for $10 a month, we want to send you the Ultimate Classical Piano 5 CD set. Great performances, top flight pianists, and the greatest, Chopin, Grieg, Beethoven, Debussy, Mozart, and more. 1-800-321-8911. Speaking of piano, here's Pascal Roger, a familiar little melody.